Hi guys, welcome and welcome back. If this is your first time, thank you for stopping by and thank you for clicking on this video. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to make this reverse applique shirt using your repositional hoop. So if that is something you're interested in, do keep on watching. Hey guys, we are in embrilliance and I'm using Stitch Artist level 3 to do this project. So the first thing I want to do, so if you're using a different software, it's the same thing. I might just show you how to do this using Hatch. If you are interested in learning how to do this in Hatch, then I'm just gonna ask you to just drop me a comment just letting me know that you're interested in the Hatch version. All right, so on my workspace, my canvas, you're gonna notice that I have the repositional hoop. So today I'm gonna show you how to do it with the repositional hoop, but you could absolutely do it with any hoop size that you have. So the largest hoop size that I have is a 5x7 hoop, which comes with a repositional hoop. So I want a bigger design. So with the repositional hoop, you have the same width but not the length. So you have the width is going to be 5 but the length is going to be 12 inches. So I'm going to take advantage of that. Now, the first thing I went ahead and do, I selected my hoop. To select your hoop, you go up here where you see preference. This is this little box with a red and green. You're going to click on it. And then I chose, if you want to use a normal hoop, you click here. So it will show you all the hoops, but I'm using the multi hoop and I selected the 130 by 300, which is an approximate size of 12 inch by 5 inch. And I also went ahead and rotated it. I'm gonna press OK and it will apply to your screen. All right, the first thing I'm gonna do, because I want a breast cancer ribbon in this design, I'm going to take care of that first. So I'm gonna go to my downloads and I'm going to grab that breast cancer ribbon. So this is the ribbon that I am going to use. If you notice, it's way too big, so I'm going to just size it down. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take it closer because I want you to see what I'm doing. So this is just a PNG image and I want to turn it into a stitch, run stitch, so that I could go ahead and put my words there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to digitize this so that it is made for an applique. So to do this, I'm going to go up to this little thing that looks like a fan, and it's the create button. When you press the create button, it will show you all the levels that you have. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm going to select my draw with points, which is this icon right here beside draw, right at the top menu bar. And I am going to first do artwork, no stitches, which is this little box right here. So what that means is it's just going to give you trace out your work without any stitches. So later on we're gonna add stitches. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna start right here at this corner. I'm gonna start right here at this corner and I'm going to start with a straight point, which is just pressing Control and right click, and then I'm just gonna do right clicks for curves. So I'm just gonna right click. Oops. So I'm just gonna right click for curves. So all of this, if you make an error, just go back. Just go back and go again. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do right clicks for curves. So here I have a like a cusp, they call it a cusp. I'm going to press Control and I'm going to click on it. Then I'm gonna just go ahead and do the rest. Remember, right click and Control for a cusp, and a right click for curve points. So okay, so here I traced out this. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to go over to my right objects panel. I'm going to click on that image and I'm just gonna delete it because I don't need it again. Okay, so this is what it's gonna look like, the fact that I traced it out. Okay, so I traced it out and that's what it looked like. The next thing I'm gonna do, these are two different objects, so I want to make them one object. So I'm gonna go over here, I'm going to click on the first one, I'm gonna press Control, click on the second one, then I'm gonna go up to where it says create, then I'm gonna go to outline, and then I'm just going to combine holes, and now it becomes one image. Now at this point you could go ahead and you could fix curves by just clicking on a node and fixing it, but mine looks okay so far. I'm okay with it, so I'm gonna leave it like this. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this into a run stitch. So I'm gonna go up to my top menu bar where you see stitch, I'm gonna click on run, and it's gonna turn it to a run stitch. Now earlier I was using the bean stitch, which I'm gonna use today, but I'm gonna go over to where this, to my properties panel, which is on my right. I'm gonna change this to a double stitch, and I'm gonna change it to 2.5 millimeters. So double stitch means it's just going to reinforce that stitch, and that is what I want. All right, the next thing I'm gonna do, I am gonna go over here to my top menu bar where you're gonna see a T, two T's. I'm gonna click on it, and what is this is just the true type fonts. These are fonts that you have already on your computer. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna type the word hope, but I'm gonna leave out the O. So I'm gonna use bold caps, and I'm gonna press OK. So this is what you're going to have. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger, not too big, because I'm gonna need space in between all of this. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna click off, and then I'm gonna go to my objects panel. I'm gonna click the H, and then using this little, let me zoom up, using this little green square, I'm just gonna move it to where I want it to go. Okay, so let me do that again. I'm gonna click on, I'm gonna move it to where I want it to go. Remember, you need ample space in between the letters. So I'm gonna click on O, I'm gonna move it, I'm gonna click on the E, and I'm gonna move it. No, I'm not so much worried about the space between it. I just want it to be centered. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna press shift, and I'm gonna click on all, the H, the O, the P, and I'm gonna go up to utility, and I'm gonna go to align and distribute, and then I'm gonna align it to the top. So I'm gonna click on top, and I'm gonna press align. That way all of these words are at the top. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do, I am going to go ahead and click on all three, the H, the P, and the E, and I'm gonna change that to the same run stitch, the double run stitch, as the one that I did with the ribbon. Okay, all right, so this is what we're gonna do now. We are going to, now this looks very spaced out, right? It's okay, because what I'm gonna do, I'm going to add offset to these letters and the ribbon, so we will adjust it as we go on. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm going to press Control and or I'm gonna select everything, Control A, okay, or I'm gonna press Control and select everything. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna ensure that both my designs are the same color. So I'm gonna go here and I'm going to change it to one color. Doesn't matter the color that you use, okay? So both of them are now the same color. So what I'm gonna do, with both of them selected, I'm gonna go up to Edit. I'm going to copy, and then I'm going to go back to Edit, and I'm going to paste. Now it made a duplicate of the first, the H, the ribbon, the P, and E. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change the color, and I'm going to change that color to doesn't matter, gray, I guess. Okay, when you change the color, I'm also going to leave it as a double run. Okay, I'm going to leave it as a double run stitch with a 2.5 millimeters. So if I click on the ribbon and I go down to my properties, you're going to see that it is on double and it has a 2.5 millimeter. The same thing with Hope, the same thing. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead again. I'm going to select one of my ribbon and the Hope. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to edit, I'm going to copy, then I'm going to go ahead to edit and I'm going to paste. Now I'm going to change that color again to another color, and I'm gonna press OK. Now you cannot see what I did, but it happened, right? It's a different color, but this one that I copied is the same thing as the other one. But what I want to do is I want to use that copy and make an offset. So in embrilliance it's called inflate. So to get the inflate object, you're going to go to this icon to your far right where you see this little box and some boxes at the top. You're going to click on it and we're going to do an offset. Okay, and I'm gonna make that offset about 5.5. Let's see how that looks. Okay, doesn't look bad. And then I'm gonna make an inset of the same thing, 5.5. So the inset is just the opposite of an offset. Okay, and I'm gonna press OK. Now this is what you are going to have. It looks good already. And what I'm gonna do with that one, I am going to change it to a bean stitch. So earlier, let me show you the one I was doing. So this is the one that I was doing earlier. I was doing it with a satin stitch around it. but I'm thinking that it's gonna take so long to stitch out, so I'm just gonna do it with a bean stitch. Now if you don't know what a bean stitch is, a bean stitch is just a stitch that is done more than once. So it's a run stitch, but it is done based on the amount of passes that you give it. So it would just keep going and going, and then it reinforces that stitch for it to make it more visible. So that is a bean stitch. So I'm going to go ahead to my objects panel. Now you'll notice that that stitch that we did, the offset is 5 and 6. So I'm gonna choose 5. I'm gonna go down to where it says double. I'm gonna change it to bean. Now it's gonna tell you that there's 3 passes. I'm gonna increase the 2.5 millimeter, and I'm gonna put it to about 3.5, about 3.5 millimeters is gonna be okay. And I'm going to do the same thing for the offset of the hoop, and I'm going to change it from double to a bean, and then I am going to take it to about 3.5 millimeters in length. Okay, all right, so this is what you're going to have. Now this looks like there's too much space in between the letters, and I would want to make it closer so that I could make it a little bit bigger. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to select all my H. So you could go over and you'll check. If I press this, you see that my H's are selected, right? So let's do it manually. I'm going to go ahead and select those. So about there. All right, so what I'm gonna do, so this is how you're gonna make that applique design. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna save it, and then I'm gonna show you how you could do it with the repositional hoop on your machine. So I'll see you soon. Okay guys, to do this project, you're going to need the fabric of your choice. You're going to need your repositional hoop. You're going to need this heat and bond light. You're going to need the shirt or whatever you're going to put it on. And I'm going to use cutaway stabilizer to do this project. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to fuse my heat and bond light to my fabric. So now you're going to take it off, and that piece is going to be left on it. See that? All right, the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna find the middle of my shirt so that I could hoop it correctly. All right guys, so I went ahead and made the crease. I also cut my cutaway stabilizer to do this project. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna flip over my shirt. This is the easiest way to do this. This is the crease in the shirt. I'm gonna flip it over, and I also went ahead and made a crease in the fabric so I know that I'm hooping it correctly, and I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do to get it straight. So what I'm gonna do, because this piece of the fabric has to be towards the shirt, I'm going to take this and I'm gonna put it over like this. And this is just to hoop the shirt correctly. Remember, see, right here is the crease, so I know that it's going to be straight, right? And what I'm going to do, I am going to actually use my pins. I'm going to take them out, but I'm going to use my pin and just tack it down until I hoop it. So see that? I tack it right there, remembering that you want there to be straight. You want it to be straight, so line up those creases. You see that crease? It's lined up with this one, so I know for a fact that it's going to be straight when I'm hooping. Sorry. See that? So I'm pinning it just because I want to not have issues when I'm hooping. Alright. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna flip it over. It is straight. And then what I'm gonna do, this side, it's gonna turn down to the bottom of the shirt. I'm gonna put this in, put it underneath the stabilizer. Underneath it. There you go. Feels good. Okay, I'm still seeing my crease. And I see that this is over a bit. I'm going to line up these two notches with that crease. So one goes here and the other goes here. And I'm going to ensure that it stays there. So I'm gonna push this in. There you go. Okay. Looks okay. Doesn't look lean at all. Let's see. My crease is right there, so it looks good. See that? So if you look at my crease is here, so it's in line with that line right there. So I'm just gonna flip it over to tighten the hoop. Okay guys, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm going to press embroider. The first thing I'm gonna do, I'm going to skip that box, the first box. I'm going to skip that first box, and then I'm going to start the machine. Alright guys, so this is the first stitch. I think something was wrong with my machine, but I took off the handle and I'm gonna see if it stitched a little bit better. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and make a small poke in the fabric like this, and then I'm going to just start cutting close to that edge. Alright guys, so this is what you have. I am going to put it back on the machine. As I said, it seemed like my machine was off. Either my thread was snagging at this point, but let's see how it works now. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Okay guys, so we are done with this part. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go back. See, I'm gonna go back all the way out, press OK, go back in, and I'm gonna grab the second half and we're gonna do that. So this is the second half. I'm gonna press set. It's turned the wrong way, of course. I'm gonna go ahead and rotate 90 degrees. Then I'm gonna press OK, and I'm gonna press embroider. And then this one is gonna go ahead as usual. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna skip that step, then I'm gonna start with this one. Oops. All right, so remember, you need to go ahead and change your hoop. So I'm gonna move my hoop from 1, 2 to 3, 4. Remember to do that. That gets me all the time. Okay. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to do this one. All right guys, so this is what we have. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna clean it up, use my lint roller to, you know, lint roll it to trim the threads. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm going to clean up. I'm gonna clean it up and then I'm gonna press it down. So I'm gonna take these off. Okay guys, so I'm gonna lint roll, get off some of the thread. Then I'm gonna press it down. Okay guys, so I finished doing everything. I cut the back and I went ahead, I pressed it down. Now I'm just cleaning up the threads, and I'm lint rolling, and I'm ensuring that it looks okay. So this is the final result. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Let me know if this is something you're gonna try, and remember to hit that subscribe button, turn on the post notification bell so you'll be notified each time I make a video. Until we meet again, I will definitely see you in my next one. And if you do recreate this design, please tag me and let me know how it went for you. All right guys, I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.